After I got medically retired in 2013, it was all downhill. Drugs, alcohol, just self-destruction. So I struggled with that for about 2 years, and then, got introduced to an equine program, out west in Idaho. Went there, fell in love with horses. That was after my last suicide attempt. Came back home and wanted to stay on that high that I was on, and it's like, well, what do I do?
Remember to stay forward on your horse, guys. You're getting on a pretty good hill here.
Get back in there, baby.
Don't go sliding down. Let's go, cows.
Help!
We all need a mission, all of us. We get together as a team and we move cattle.
Well, this is the fun part everyone talks about.
Now I gotta go back to the back.
You will do very few things to test your horsemanship like this.
Come on, babies, come on. Nice and easy, let's go. Come on.
Gotta build the spirit first before anything else comes together.
The highlight of these trips or these weeks for the people are the days that are the hardest. My family started trailing their cattle to the mountains before the Bighorn National Forest was ever a national forest. It's about 130 years ago. We're trailing these cattle usually it's about 50 miles to the mountains. We're sleeping in tents. If it rains all night or all day, you're riding in the rain. We're not a dude ranch, we're a working ranch, and we offer the real experience. We always promise people that we guarantee you you're going to be tired, exhausted, and dirty beyond belief.
Blaine, I'm going to have you ride Moose. He's the seal brown over there that's like 17 hands tall. He's next to Aslan.
I enlisted in the Army in 1991, 3-year enlistment, and then I decided I wanted to go become an officer.
I enlisted in the Marine Corps. I went to boot camp July 2001. September 11th happened, and the drill instructors are like, oh my gosh, we're going to war. And I didn't even know what the Twin Towers was,
Come on. I enlisted at the age of 17 in the Army National Guard when I was still in high school. Went in active duty Marine Corps and retired in 2015. For myself, part of my brain was dead, and I had to come back to being normal, to be able to even hold a conversation without stuttering or forgetting what I was saying.
Most of us struggle with depression, PTSD, anxiety.
There's things that we can talk with each other that most people won't understand.
One day I got this call from some guy, never heard of him. Matter of fact, I wasn't so sure it was even a legit call. And he said they had a bunch of vets that they wanted to bring and that they felt that horses were one of the greatest parts for therapy for these people to help them get back into a normal life. So they came in and it was quite an eye-opening experience for us.
I spent 33 years in the Marine Corps. I know Marines. I think I know soldiers pretty good. I know sailors very well, a lot of time at sea.
and I sort of know the Air Force and the Coast Guard. What's killing our servicemen the most is that they sign up, they give their country their all, surrounded by people that are dedicated to accomplish a mission, a very demanding mission, combat. And for our guys, they get wounded, whether it's physically, mentally, or spiritually, or all of them at once, and they come home and they just seem lost. Nothing in their lives have prepared them for, well, what do I do after the military? And now I'm wounded, I can't get a job, or I just don't fit in anymore. And that is the part that we are all about. You need something to give you an identity. And what we try to show them is if you can do a week up here, you can pretty much do anything you put your mind to.
When you're in the military, when you're going through the events that we've been through, you don't have time to actually process those events. And so being in the Jinx McCain Horsemanship Program is a way to kind of process those things with other comrades that have been through the same kind of things.
We're in a later calving program than most people in the area. We don't start calving until around the 1st of May. These calves have to be about 3 weeks old to be able to walk this 35 to 50 miles that we're going to go for the course of the week. So we have to split the herd in two. We're taking the cows with the younger calves, trail the cattle to the mountains, work the herd, and then trail that remaining bunch onto that next destination. The terrain is always a challenge because some of these trails, you had cave-ins over the course of a year, maybe trees that are down. It's not at all uncommon for people that ride what they think a lot to come out here and actually be saddle sore, because out here, every step is up or down.
It was a nightmare. We were there for hours.
I've been hearing them getting deeper and deeper in the canyon, you know?
Well, it looks like we got the majority of this bunch, and these little stragglers will come.
Back when we were overseas, John Mayer, Semper Fi director, was Lieutenant Colonel Mayer. He used to be my boss.
I was his radio operator and also his driver. I just had to make sure that he was able to communicate at all times. I would have died for him, honestly, yeah. And he saved my life a couple times, and I may have saved his life once or twice, you know. But I literally would have given my life for that man. I'll follow him, you know, to the end of the earth. He's almost like a father figure. I was, you know, having trouble, you know, with my life and depression. He reached out to me. He got me involved in the program, and he's been amazing.
John is a bunch of different things to me. He's a friend, he's a cheerleader, he's an advocate, but he'll also get on your case if if need be. And he's a tremendous leader. I was in the Army, I was in the Marines, but I'd follow John anywhere.
Coming here with John now, I call him John behind his back, instead of his face, because he was the boss still. I was with him and some of these other guys here that were over in country for a long, long time, together for 9 months. We've seen each other more in 4 years than they saw their families. It's great. It becomes a back to the old days.
I was injured in Iraq in 2007, sustained a TBI that really went undiagnosed for several years before they linked it back to the service. And I started having issues with memory and keeping track of stuff in the short term. I was a school teacher at the time, and it got so bad that I had to leave the classroom, and at that point, that was difficult, and so I almost committed suicide at that point. I could never go back as a licensed teacher, and I was no longer deployable as a soldier, so I lost two things I'd really worked hard for all my life, almost simultaneously. I emailed John. 20 minutes later, I'm on the phone with John. It has transformed my life.
He's definitely saved my life. He's helped my life. He's helped my marriage, you know, and he'll do anything for any one of these guys. He cares about every person here.
My first Marine that died on the outskirts of Baghdad was shot by a sniper through his neck. And he literally died with me right there with him. As I looked at his eyes, as I saw the light fading, the life fading from him, I wanted to tell him how much I loved him, how much his brothers loved him, how much his country loved him, how much the dang Marine Corps loved him, to die in a piece of patch of land in Baghdad. And it was too late. And I swore in that moment it would never happen again.
What he did end up doing, he did go around when Marines got injured or something. We would take half a day or an entire day to drive out and see a Marine before he left country. So he's been taking care of Marines for a long time, and he's continued doing it as we're doing it here.
To me, this is still the same mission. It's just we're not in combat, but by golly, we're still fighting for people's futures, their lives. I don't want them to get to be 60 and look back and say, what did I do with my life? I don't want them wasted. And so I think horses and cowboy work is by far the best way to bring people's life, to get that fire rekindled, to get them out and do something with their future.
Your horse is your passion, and it's our passion to protect yours with Sentinel, Guardian of Equine Health. Available in extruded, textured, or pelleted forms, along with solution-oriented diets, Sentinel is tailored to give horses the best nutrition in every situation. Protect your horse's nutritional health and your peace of mind with Sentinel, Guardian of Equine Health. Because it's our passion to protect yours.
So here's the deal. Today is a pretty simple day, and tomorrow is a real hard day. We've got about 6 horses that could use a day off. And I know everybody wants to ride, and what I'm looking for is those that are willing, that could use a day off But guys, the bottom line is we need some folks to stay back and help Alice or whatever around the camp. Can I see some hands? We got some with some sore backs. Aslan's 1, Carlos is 2, Paul's 3.
There's something about making an emotional connection with a living 1,200-pound being that in one kick could just kill you. And I guess that's part of why all of us are so stupid to volunteer and join in the military. For me, it's that adrenaline rush of that. But at the same time, you know, they're just so, you gotta have your mind right when you get on top of a horse. Before you sling your leg over that horse, you gotta leave all that other like over there. Because if your mind's not right, that horse is gonna know it.
I go out here and I'm riding up and down these huge valleys and hills and mountains that I never thought that I would ever do. Going out, wrestling cow, doctoring cow, tagging cows. Almost got my head taken off by a rope from the cow being attached on one side and horse on the other. The cow starts swinging around, so I use my limbo skills.
If you're angry or excited, they're gonna feel it. You have to calm and relax, center yourself, and enjoy the ride.
They feel everything you feel. So if you're tense, you know they get tense. If you're scared, they're gonna be scared. It's, you know, I'm slowly learning, but I haven't been around it my whole life. I just started learning, but I think they said that's the only animal that will actually run itself to death for you. It's a bond, really, and you really get that going up and down these hills. You have to trust each other. It's special.
I saw a lot of growth during this short period of time, starting from being kind of like nervous about going down hills. As I do it, I just started realizing, hey, it's not that bad, and having more control with the horse and trusting the horse, and the horse trusted me. And we actually ended up bonding very well. I had the same horse most of the time through, so it was really, really a good bond.
All the stuff that we're cutting is going to be the first digit on their tag is going to be between a 2 and an 8. So if it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, they can go this way. If it's a 9, a 0, or if it's a yearling that still has their calf tag, they stay here. I think everybody here has at least 8 fingers, so I think we're okay.
I did math for Marines at one point in time in my career. Aren't you an Army?
I was a Marine too.
Well, yeah, but...
I was a Marine when it was still hard.
Wow. Shots fired. Where's that big old 80 cow? I might try and bring him around to you. See if they won't pair up. Here's her calf right behind her. What's that calf? Okay, this cow goes with that calf. That's an 80. This is her calf. '80's down there, but the calf won't mother up. Mo's gonna try and bring her back.
The thing about this program with horses is you get to meet a lot of great people. A lot of great people you didn't even know you knew that cared about you.
When you're in the military, they broke you down individually and built you back up as a group, as a team, a squad, a platoon, a company. So it's kind of the same way here. You know, when you show up, you may know a couple, 2 or 3 of the guys, and you may not know anybody. And then, you know, by the second day, you feel like you've been in this group for several years. The 5 guys that were in my group, I didn't know any of them before I met them, you know, at the beginning of the trip. And we just instantly hey, you get here, you get there, move that, get over here. Just kind of like it's just automatically programmed in there to do it. You know, it is a mission. We need to move the Kern's cattle from point A to point B, and you know, you just do it.
Like I said, after we get out of here and I get cell phone connectivity, I'm gonna send everybody an email, payment instructions.
You mean a flat?
Huh?
I don't like the
Take it out. Do one less I gotta pull off.
Like that. You get one just like that.
Well, thank you from California. You are from California.
I'm not. Okay, yeah, I'm from California. I'm just start saying I'm from California.
So this is called the warrior horse. It goes like this. Well, many far ago, decades and days, it was a highlight for a little kid to go to a horse sale with Dad at Pace. Then the sale gate slammed anew, and a swayback Shetland shambled through. His hooves were turned up, and one eye cast blue. The minimum, $10, is what he'd bring, till Dad tipped his hat and the auctioneer began to sing. Dad bought him for $45. Well, sis, this is a warrior horse, he extolled. You can tell he's run a good game, though now he's crippled and old. So we'll take him back to the ranch. We'll trim his toenails, put some fat upon the bone. We'll give this little fella one last chance. But Daddy, he don't seem good for nothing. Aw, sis, you're wrong, he frowned. Every horse is good for something. Why, he might even be good for you, because you're gonna be his special friend against the day when you and me get old too.
Take a knee.
Center of our universe, Master Chief.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take a knee. I won't look at you.
1, 2, 3.
You will do very few things to test your horsemanship.
No, absolutely. That's like what I was saying last night. There is never been anything I've ridden like this.
Couple things going up this trail. First is, if you're uncomfortable, you can get off your horse at any point in time. Second, keep your weight forward. This can be kind of steep. A good idea is to keep a horse length between you and the rider in front of you, so you can choose where your horse stops, so it's in good footing.
Mr. Blaine, you ready for this? Why not? It's a good day.
I will enjoy this trip in 2 weeks because it's hot, it's cold, it's rainy. You might not like it while you're in it, but once you complete it, you will enjoy it. You'll enjoy that you've made it through the tough obstacles of the rain, the cattles, your butt being sore, and the arguing with each other. But at the end of the day, it's still the best thing you can do for yourself with a bunch of, as John would say, heroes from across this country.
He'll get in. All right, buddy. Let's take our time now. There's the first one up. There we go. Remember to stay forward on your horse, guys. You're getting out a pretty good hill here.
girl. Come on. Get up there with him. Get up there with him. Come on.
I got it. I can get to the top.
I'm going to 2 blocks.
All right, we're just gonna be a minute, all right? This is about as fast as we're gonna go right here, brother.
Go ahead and hold that other rope.
Come on.
Come on, baby! Come on!
Hey! Come on, come on, come on. Get moving up there. Up, up, up. Come on. Hey! Come on. Let's go, mama. Almost there. Hey! Good job, guys. Yeah, he's down there.
What'd you say we got? A couple more miles? Well, we have about 2 miles till we drop the cows, and we got another mile back to camp.
There's a great comforting thing about being around here with these guys. We all know we've seen some stuff, we've all done some stuff, so none of us really try to pretend that we're better than anybody else. None of us trying to one-up each other. All we do is hang out, maybe tell a story or two, and really enjoy the process of being with each other and being able to do things that we would do overseas when we were together because it's such a tight brotherly bond.
A lot of times we look and think nobody understands. We try to talk to family members and all they do is ridicule us. We feel like we're the oddballs out. People think we're crazy or whatever. So having people who are like-minded and come from similar backgrounds where we can talk and joke, it really does help.
4 or 5 years ago, no way I'd sit in front of a camera, and talk about anything that I'd been through. I'd be the guy that would be like, no way, I'm not telling you nothing. Like, I'm here. I just want to be left alone and don't want to talk to nobody. And there's several guys that I've been through the program with, and I've seen them progress in their healing process. And like now, they started out here, and now they're like up here. So now they're more willing and openly to talk about and be able to process, those things that they're not able to process with their family.
You can acknowledge your military service, you can be proud, take pride of that, but it's gone, it's over, it's done. It's somebody else's job now. I look back on my military career with great satisfaction, but I don't terribly miss it. I'm proud of it, but I'm on to new things.
Listen, you can come cowboy in Wyoming and accomplish the mission of moving a herd of cattle 40 miles into the mountains. What else do you want to try to do? What is it that you don't know now, but you want to learn?
Double Rafter, I think, was all about perseverance and not giving up. No matter how bad you think it is, it gets better on the other end. You just have to go through it to see the perfection that's going to come out of it. With this program, it brings different confidence that the things that I used to be able to do, I can't do anymore. But this program puts you in different situations. You end up facing something you've never done, and you face a challenge and step up to it, and it really just makes you feel good about yourself again.
Who I was 5 years ago in 2016 to who I am now is just much better man, better dad, better husband, And I know it drives my family crazy once in a while. Oh, Dad's going out to chase cows. But, you know, yeah.
I was a little boy, wanted to be just like him. No matter where he was, I'd be running right behind him. He'd always sing me to sleep, protect me in my dreams. Oh, he taught me how to love a woman without falling apart at the seams. I'm a little rough around the edges, yet as tender as can be. It's amazing the difference it makes when a boy lives out his dream, and then he becomes a man, and that's sticking to God's plan. Lord, I hope they see who he was. I was a boy to me. Oh, I hope they see who he was when I was a boy to me.